Ooh, Takoyaki Man. Sorry, never forget a customer's face, and you've already satisfied expression of someone who's eaten my food already. Damn it, man. You're a one-time thing? That's not cool. Not really good food business. Why, what are you doing here? Did she make you come? It's not like that, Takashi. It was my idea. I asked her to come with me to talk to I asked her to come talk with you, but you sent her away. This woman almost got you killed. You expect me to cooperate with her? Surely if you need to talk to me, you can come yourself. My sister doesn't need to be involved. No, if I came alone, you'd just evade all my questions like you always do. Besides, there's something I need you to see. See what? What are you talking about? Where did you get that? Put that away! So you do know what it is. I knew you were hiding something from me. That's not true. I wasn't hiding it. It's not something you ever needed to know about. Besides, why is she carrying it in the first place? Wait, don't change the subject. This isn't about Ito. Mai, I understand why you're upset with me, but we should talk about this another time. Furthermore, that mask has nothing to do with you. You're wrong. Back in April, when Mai was held at knife point by another girl, it was this mask she was after. A mask your family is connected to. Looking for it. Why is his name Detective Ito? This game is kind of buggy, isn't it? Anyways, it's not a bug, it's just a programming error, I guess. Or I don't know. Just an error in the game. Anyways, I suppose I've been a fool to think I could keep the truth of our family's past away from you. The past? Does this have to do with mom and dad? Yes, and so much more. I first saw that mask when I was a child before you were born. Truth is, it belonged to a cult called the Kamenkai, of which our parents were members. A cult? You're kidding. How'd your parents get mixed up in that? I know how it sounds. I find it hard to believe myself. They were a group led by a guru named Tokimasa, who promised a simpler life away from the hypocrisy and falseness of city life. Our parents both had master's degrees, and my mother was on her way to earning her PhD. They chose to give up their lives and their careers to follow some mystic and live on a compound instead. The Kamenkai were one of many groups back then. I was a child and didn't understand it, but thinking about how our parents were deceived and what they put me and Mai through, it's unforgivable. The mask was on the compound, but for what purpose or what they believed that I could do, I don't know. You think there are any members of the Kamenkai left who know? No, you see, there are no surviving members. They died. All of them, including our parents. I'm sorry, I don't remember much about it. One night, Grandma came into my room, into the room we were sleeping, saying we had to go. The compound was in the woods, so it was dark, and I could barely see, but she kept charging forward with Mai in her arms, and me dragging behind. When we were back in Tokyo several days later, Grandma told me that our parents were dead. She didn't seem sad. It was as if she expected it. The government censored much of what happened, and I was never able to learn how they died. Me and Grandma didn't speak of it, ignoring it as if my childhood and everything that happened in those woods was all a bad dream. If it weren't for her, we'd probably be dead with our parents, but ignoring it couldn't erase the anger I felt towards them. I wonder if they even cared what might happen to us. As a high schooler, I spent more time trying to find out about the Kamenkai than I did studying. Thought that if I could understand why my parents were willingly giving their lives up and abandon us, I could stop feeling so betrayed. But I was wrong. Nothing I found gave me any peace. Mom and Dad died as part of some cult? I don't believe it. It's true. Sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I guess in hiding it from you, I was able to hide away my feelings as well. I think for Grandma, it was too painful to talk about it. I believe she took possession of the shrine in order to live a simpler life. We had to keep it secret. There's no way we could live a normal life with the stigma of the common Kai attached to us. I suppose keeping that secret hurt us both deeply and dearly. For me, pursuing Kendo gave me some measure of control over my life again. A grandma who made her choice to leave her only daughter behind. She always seemed to carry the guilt of it with her. She started going out at night babbling about how she was looking for mom. When she'd come home, she would have a rotten stink on her clothes. I was too scared to confront her, so I tiptoed off to the police. They found her wandering in the sewers holding nothing but the mask. The same one the cult compound. Same one from the cult compound all those years before and the one you hold now. I was shocked when they gave it to me. I hadn't seen it for so long and all the unpleasant memories from my past came flooding back. That was when I decided to leave Kamakura. It was the only way I could move on with my life. That doesn't account for how the mask ended up with your mother and the grandmother in the first place. I don't know how she got it. It seemingly appeared out of thin air, or maybe someone gave it to her. She never said. I left the mask with her. It always made me uneasy. It had a strange aura around it. Wait, Grandma was looking for mom? In the sewers? I don't remember any of this. You were in the dorms at your school at the time. Grandma's strange behavior was part of why I insisted on you going to those private schools away from Kamakura. I couldn't drag you into the madness of our past. We parted ways without ever speaking of it, and she was much better by the time you arrived in Kamakura. Detective, what exactly is it that you're looking for? Surely your family's history isn't of use to you? I assume you've heard of what happened to my partner. No, Siri, I'm not talking to you. Nope. Damn it. Siri, I wasn't talking to you. I assume you've heard about what happened to my partner. This mask was there again when he died. It's more than an ornament. I need to know where it came from. If that's true, then I want to help. The partner, he seemed like a nice person. No, Ma, you've helped plenty, but I have to do this on my own. Ito is right. I apologize for not telling you all this sooner, but you can't be involved in something that's so dangerous. I already thought I lost you that day at the shrine. I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you now. Alright, thank you for telling me the truth, Takashi. I'll head back for now. I hope you remember that I'm your sister. I may not remember the same things you do, but we're still family. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for your help. Bye. You're right, Mai. I'll come visit you soon. It looks like she's gone. Mai's not here. There's no need to be coy. No doubt, taking possession of that mask has taken its toll on you. Even in the brief time I was in contact with it, I felt an immense darkness behind it. I had such strange dreams and saw things I would never have dreamed up on my own. There was always an unusual air about it, and I couldn't stand to be around. Maybe lying to Mai again makes me a hypocrite. All I know is I don't want her getting hurt. But like you said, I don't believe that mask is simply wood and paint. Though I doubt anyone else would believe us. No one ever did. Except for one man. On this street, there's one old tea shop. Perhaps you saw on the way in. An old historian named Yasuhisa, if there is there occasionally. He was the only one who would ever acknowledge what I said about the mask as truth. If you're looking for information on the mask, he may be the best person to ask. I never pursued the topic with him, but I speak with him occasionally on other topics. His mind is a vault of valuable information. Hopefully he can shed some light on what really is. I hope so, but please, detective, be careful. Well, that's creepy. Welcome! Come in! Do sit down. No need to be so formal and stand there like a statue. How can I help you? Are you Yasuhisa? Takashi's told me to come speak with you. Oh? And how is Mr. Kawana? Still prickly as ever, I suppose. I've always found him to be wise beyond his years, though perhaps not by choice. I digress. My apologies. It's the quirks that come with old age, you know. What does Mr. Kawana think I can help you with? I'm looking into a few things related to the Common Kai, the group his family got mixed up in. A more difficult answer than you might expect. You see, there are two groups that share that name. The first, as you know, is the religious group formed by the Guru Tokimasa. The second is an ancient order over 1,000 years old. What is it that you're holding? I was told it's related to the Common Kai, the newer one, that you could tell me about it. Ah, that explains many things, child. Far off look in your eyes for one. I imagine you have many questions. Masks are interesting, are they not? They are meant to be a disguise, yet a mask cannot lie or contort itself to hide the truth. In that sense, it is the mask that is more truthful than the human faces we hide underneath them. I wonder how you came in possession of an object with such dark history. I think it might be related to a missing person, but I don't know anything about it beyond that. Ah, but that itself is the essence of history. Layers upon layers of personal connections that are continuously peeled back to their root. Relics like the one you hold often take unusual routes to where they end up. Relic? If it's from the Common Kai cult from the 90s, then I'd hardly call it a relic. Misguided and deceptive as he was, Tokimasa was no fool. In order to gain new followers, he needed to give his cult historical legitimacy. He collected obscure objects and gave them new meanings that he could control in order to manipulate his followers. The mask was what he chose along with the name of the group that created it. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I guess so. Only I guess I was hoping you could tell me some other things about it. For instance, like why... Now that I'm about to say it out loud, it sounds silly. I'm sorry I bothered you. Don't be silly. You wonder, for example, why holding the mask seems to take you to another place. Or perhaps why you can see visions that don't seem real. Why you feel a strong will exerting itself on you. Oh yes, I know all about those things too. How could you know about that? When Tokimasa was in possession of it, he believed it showed him the path to the realm of the gods. He wrote extensively on the subject. Though, unlike most, I don't discuss such phenomena as the ravings of a madman when the phenomena repeats itself. Do you too look into the inky blackness and see familiar shapes in the shadows? No, not shadows. I see and hear people who are supposed to be dead. Find things I couldn't possibly have found otherwise. Is this guy Tokimasa? Most interesting. Tell me, detective. Oh, apologies. Do you mind if I call you that? I don't remember telling you I was a detective. Ah, my mistake. You must forgive me. Slip of the tongue. I believe it was the way you carried yourself. Determined investigators always have, such as yourself, have a sense of purpose in their mannerisms, you see. And you do seem rather determined to get to the bottom of whatever it is you're chasing. Tell me, does me telling you that your experiences are not an illusion provide you any level of comfort? I'm not sure, but I do feel something. Maybe hope? It's like I finally got a foothold on solid ground. Ah yes, knowledge is a light in dark places, is it not? To think a relic of such import would end up with a detective. Do you mind if I ask you something? Which do you believe? Are our lives controlled by fate, pre-measured threads that determine our deeds, our wishes and our ends the minute we come into existence? Or conversely, is our thread subject to the chaos inherent to our universe instead? Does it change according to our deeds? And that which happens to seemingly that which happens to us seemingly by accident? Do you believe it is fate or chance that decides which threads of life are cut short and which are followed? I don't know. I would say chance. Personally, I think it's chance. Yes, of course. Maybe you feel your life has been somewhat out of your control as of late. Control, huh? To be honest, I don't feel like I've had much of that since the mask came to me. You said that the mask was made out of old Kamenkai. Why? Confusing me can't be the purpose it was made for. Ah yes, a more complicated answer than you might have wished for. Indeed, it should come as no surprise that the creation of such a mysterious object is equally enigmatic. Perhaps you could do me a favor? Don't worry, it is in relation to this very topic. An important book has gone missing from my shop. If you could retrieve it for me, I feel it could shine a great deal of light on the subject. What kind of book? A book of the missing variety. I'm sorry, I jest. It concerned the mask bearer. Mask bearer? Oh, that's me, right? Although you carry it, that does not make you its bearer. All will become clear when the book is returned to me. Sounds easy enough. Where can I start looking? Oh, you needn't go far. The man who has it is right outside this building. In fact, as I said, it's not much of an errand, but I, of course, cannot leave my shop. He's right outside. This won't take long. I'll be right back. Is he a ghost? Yasuhisa? The takoyaki guy? The old tea shop next door? Isn't that place closed down? Close? That can't be right. What else do you know about it? Pure conjecture on this one, but I think it might be owned by the kendo instructor from the dojo down the street on account of him being the only one I can ever see him there. You might not believe me, but I swear I saw him in there chatting away to himself. Possibly, but he's a little nuts. Then again, it might be some super awesome kendo meditation technique. Oh man, why didn't I think of that so before? Next time I ought to ask him for some pointers instead of spying on him, eh? Word through the grapevine is that he's a regional champion or something, and has trained some of the best. Lots of cops train with him, so he must be good. Maybe he's not so crazy after all. Speaking of which, I have a bit of a crazy question for you. I know you said it was closed, but do you know anything about a book taken from there, maybe recently? I was led to believe you would. Oh geez. Go on. Like I said, the place has been empty for years, but you know, I spent a lot of time outside it, and half the time the door's wide open. So one day, a few months back, I decided to take a look around. Nothing suspicious or nothing. I was just curious is all. That curiosity killed the cat, right? Anyway, it was all dusty and old, and there was all sorts of weird stuff laying around. So I might have taken a little souvenir. I mean, it wasn't super old or nothing, so I figured that no one would miss it. Besides, it wasn't for me. It was for my kid brother. That guy can get deep in the dumps sometimes, so I tried to be on standby for when that happens, you know? So I figured a little gift would cheer him up. And back then, he was going through some particularly tough times. His wife, pardon my language, miss, had left him and taken their kid daughter with her. He still doesn't talk about it, like he's in denial or something. Whoops, got off track again. I was heading to visit him with the ill-gotten book when I got this phone call saying he was in the hospital. He OD'd on some expensive sake and sleeping pills. Thank God that idiot decided to do it at the bar when he owns, with the door unlocked. Is this Daizo? A customer came in, called in an ambulance. If it weren't for that, I'm not sure he'd still be here. That's quite a story. Sounds to me he wanted to be found. Yeah, I think so too. I think he was trying to ask for help in his own way. In any case, I took the book to him while he was in the hospital, tried to show him that even when he was at his lowest, there was someone out there trying to do something nice for him, you know? I think it helped. For a minute, anyway. As soon as the doctors let him leave, he went right back into that toxic little bar. I hope he's okay. He's got issues, but he's my little brother and I worry about him. He's not been answering the phone calls lately. Originally, my brother's ex-wife, sorry again, had the brilliant idea to put his skill to work in a cheap part of town. Despite that, he's holding on to it with everything he's got. The place is slowly bankrupting him, but he won't let it go. All he has to do is sign some paper and move on, but he can't. Something about it, as its claws sank deep into him. I've been trying to get to him to join me in my business for years. He's a great chef, and we can make a killing. Maybe it's not the same as owning a whole bar, but serving passers-by and getting some sunshine is good for the soul. Plus, food stands are doing really well abroad, I hear. Much better than wasting away in Shinjuku at any rate. It is Daizo. Fuck. Shinjuku? Yeah, in a slimy little side street. Anyway, if that book is important to you, he's still probably got it in this place. You want the address? Wait, I knew you looked familiar. Your brother's Daizo, right? You know him? Small world. It was probably the smile on his face that threw you off. Tell him his brother Haruto says hi. While you're at it, tell him that takoyaki stands are still the future of cuisine and to get his butt over here. I'll do that. Thanks for all your help. Oh man. You mean to tell me to not give up? Actually, fuck. I messed up. Yeah, I really messed up. Hey, Ayami, how can I help you today? Hey, Dazo, how are things? Oh, hey, you know, same old, same old. Funny thing, I met your brother while I was still in Asakusa today. Haruto? You meet Haruto? What are the chances? Who knows? It was pretty random. Oh, who would have thought? He's still selling takoyaki at his stand. Did he say anything? He is. He said to remind you that takoyaki stands are the future cuisine, that you should go and help him. Huh. Yeah, you talked to Haruto, alright. Always the optimist, that guy. Actually, I have a favor to ask you. You still have the book your brother gave to you months ago? The only thing that guy gives me is headaches. Not sure if I can help you, Ayami. He said he gave it to you when you were in the hospital. Oh, what makes you think I was in the hospital? I don't even go to the hospital for checkups. Besides, that dolt's bringing me stuff all the time. Always trying to drag me and kicking and screaming over where the grass is greener. This would have been more recently. After a rut patch. Maybe it was stupid to come and ask. Oh, no, it's fine. That idiot's always running his mouth. Friggin' traitor. Those were just, hard times. Nothing serious, I just drank too much is all. I'm sorry, detective, but I don't want to talk about it. Alright, understood. I'm not here to dig up bad memories, Daizo. Thanks. You said you were looking for a book, right? Truth is, I don't remember a book. I do remember Haruto giving me an old magazine, though. Back in the hospital. It was one of the ones I used to read when I was younger, when things weren't quite so complicated. Wait, there's a second. I may have it in the stone room still. Dang it. Sorry, Ayami. Hold a second. Amazing how much junk someone accumulates over the years. Maybe I should throw some of this old stuff out, huh? Here it is. It's yours, detective. Oh. Oh, hey, no wonder I recognize that photo you brought by. It's the same girl. An idol named Ruby. Reina. No, Ruby, see? It says so right there on the cover. Pretty crazy that it was still in my shop. Guess that means you're still looking for her. I wonder why we keep running into each other. Weird luck, I guess. Yeah, I don't buy it. You're a hell of a detective. You must have a pretty sharp nose. If you say so, Daizo. You mind if I take this? Like I said, it's yours. About time I got rid of some of my old junk. Thank you. You around, Ayami? Take care, Daiso. Oh, am I going crazy? I'm probably going crazy. My head hurts. Oh. I can't talk to him. You're not real. You have static all over your portrait right now. I just realized that. Fuck, that's why my eyes hurt. Ah, welcome back, detective. Is that my book I see in your hands? I'm a little surprised. Are you trying to tell me that Reina is the mask bearer you're talking about? It's hard to believe. Does it surprise you? After all, it is she who you see in the dark, is it not? The dark. What the collector called it too. How'd Reina get tied up in all this? I only know that somehow the girl's path and the masks collided as if by chance. What circumstances led to this intersection are a mystery, I'm afraid. People always see history as something in the distant past involving old men and black and white pictures. But that book and the girl are as much a part of history as the rest. The threads that connect the past to the present and people to each other are not always apparent. But peel back the layers and connection and the randomness of their universe neatly orders itself. A teen idol, an ancient order, the tool they created, and the detective who holds it now, all forming a neat and tidy line. Reina was some sort of idol living in Tokyo, not part of some sleeper cell of some cult. Doesn't add up. On that, detective, we can agree. So why don't we start at the beginning? To how the mask ceased to be a mere object. The story starts in ancient times in the year 1333. At that time, Kamakura was the capital of Japan. Led by the Hojo clan, it was a time of peace, prosperity, and enlightenment. Peace among men is cyclical, and like so many before them and so many after, their time of peace came to an end. The Nita clan, loyal to Emperor Daigo, led a siege against the Hojo-controlled Kamakura, taking the city as the tide receded, leaving a key passage open to the invaders. The Hojo clan fled to the caves of their family temple. For them, there was no hope of victory or escape. They chose to retain their honor. Instead of surrendering, the 870 Hojo samurai, including the last 3 regents, committed mass suicide. However, the Hojo and Nita clans, embroiled in their quest for empire, could not see the role they played in the plans of another group, the religious sect known as the Kamenkai. It is said that in the flames of Kamakura, a girl was seen wandering these streets, observing the carnage of the burning city. A girl lost to the histories by the name of Chikako Shichijo, the last survivor of the Kamenkai. Okay, so whatever the Kamenkai were trying to do, they failed. I mean, they all died, right? No, they did not fail. Everything went exactly as planned. Chikako Shichijo did not survive by chance. She was chosen. Oh, fuck. I just looked at the picture. Chosen for what? To receive the blessing of all the spiritual energy that so much death can afforded. To become the first mask bearer. Mask bearer? The Kamenkai used the death of all those people to create this? Why? Legend has it that the Kamenkai sought to contain the door, a rift leading to the spiritual realm where our consciousness ceased to be and time holds no meaning, a place where cause and effect could be changed. Why? Why spend so much human life and give up so much to do that? To stop it from being abused. Imagine being able to see the world as a god, so that the flow of time and the rules which govern our world are no consequence. This is the power of the door. To a mortal mind obsessed with the finality of death and meaningless accomplishment, such power would corrupt absolutely. A power over death. So a dark place was created to obscure the door and hide it from mortal eyes, along with a tool to control and see within the darkness. It's true. All of it. It sounds like a fairy tale, but it's true. Finding the door could be the key to bringing Tanaka back. Some doors, no matter how strong they call to us, are not meant to be opened, and the Common Kai willingly gave their lives to keep it that way. The mask opens the mind to all who come in contact with it, but it is intended for its bearer. Using it to find the door may destroy you. Maybe you're right, but I could at least use it to find my way in the dark, just like the collector said. The only thing I don't get is how Reina is connected to it. That is a mystery. As Mr. Kawana told you, the last known location of the mask was the Common Kai cult only a few decades ago. Much was suppressed about the Common Kai under Tokimasa. They existed, and then on March 4th, 1996, they met their end. There were many theories that the police killed them during their raid of the compound, or that someone within the cult had snapped and murdered the others. Nothing but conjecture, I'm afraid. The real answer lies somewhere deep within police records, and though I remain curious, it is not something I have access to. Perhaps the best place to start is there. Finding out about the last days of the Common Kai may help light your path to the truth. Though I wonder if such an object bred from suffering can truly put an end to it. Is it you who can finally break this terrible cycle? I've spent a long time here. I'm tired. So tired. Farewell. Did I just talk to a ghost? Sitting there comfortably, the historian Yasuhisa casually laid out everything that I've been experiencing, like he was reading it out of a book. A mass suicide, ancient groups, and a door to a spiritual realm. It sounds like a myth, an interesting story told to travelers in bygone era. It's hard to believe it relates to Kazuki and Reina. Can't see it. The bridge between Kamakura Samurai and a young girl. He said Reina fit into the story. She's a mask bearer, but how? Yasuhisa, the collector. I thought when I met him, I'd entered their world and could start to understand, however faintly. But my intuition as a detective tells me they're hiding something from me still. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I need to keep going. What day is it today anyway? How long have I been chasing these leads? Day turns to night. Hours bleed into each other. Even the seasons don't seem to follow the natural order anymore. Everything's blurring together. My head. Maybe I should take my medication. Impossible as it seems, following the old man's hunch is my best bet to finally understanding the mask. Even Takashi didn't know what happened to the Common Kai. Finding the police report is the way forward. A few weeks ago, it would have been easy for me to ask around and pull a file. It'll be more difficult now, I imagine. What's the worst that can happen? I should head to the police HQ and see what I can find. First, let's go home. I can't go home. This is a really linear game, eh? Not really giving me a lot of options. Oh shit, you got to be kidding me. Funny, me and some of the other guys were talking about you after the practice the other day. Specifically, we were taking a bet as to how long it would be before you showed your face again. Game, keep coming here. No, cost me 10,000 yen. Not their matters. Ever since you left, things are looking up for me. I won the last department kendo tournament and I've been enjoying my promotion. Oh yeah, thanks for the new office, by the way. Anyway, non-active duty cops, or you in other words, aren't allowed in HQ right now. So what do you want? Wow. What a dick. I need a favor. Oh man, this just gets better and better. Begging me for a favor, huh? I figured you might someday. So what do you want me to do, Ito? Sneak into evidence locker, steal your gun back for you? Like I did do anything for you. The brass has already told everyone in the damn station to steer clear of you. You're considered bad luck for people's careers. Well, myself excluded, I suppose. Wouldn't expect anyone to do you any favors from here on out if I were you. And I'd rather not people see us talking and think we're all friendly or something. Now get out before I have to call someone down here. Can we talk to... Okay. Threatening a police station is probably not the best choice. I just gotta go back to what? Are we just going back to the sewer? Nope. Oh, the kendo. Kendo. Oh, I'm surprised to see you back. How can I help you, detective? I spoke to Yasuhisa, the historian. Oh, good. And? Takashi, what is he? I don't understand your question. He's one of them. Them? Ito, are you alright? He's just an old man. What else could he be? No, Takashi, you must have noticed. There's something off about him. Like the collector. But no, not exactly like him. I'm not sure what Yasuhisa told you to scare you like this, but I've known him for years. He's a bit eccentric and too philosophical for his own good, but he's harmless. Allow me to offer some advice. What you're feeling right now, it's not him. It's you. The more time I spent researching the Kamen Kai in the past, the more I began to feel the world had gone mad. But it didn't. It continued to turn on its axes, as it always does. It was me who became unhinged. You could always walk away, Detective Ito. Some mysteries aren't worth solving. I was told your dojo trains a lot of people in the police. That's right. I trained many of them personally. Do you know of Akira Taira, a detective from Tokyo HQ? Ah, yes. Detective Taira, I know him quite well. A man with a great deal of innate talent in martial arts. Though that talent is offset by his, how to put this, rash personality. Rash is a very diplomatic way to put it. Sorry to put you on the spot, but Taira is the only usable link I've got left in the palace, in the police force, and the one person who's trying to stop me the most. Seeing as you train him all the time, I was hoping you might, you know, something that would change his mind, if you know what I mean. Are you asking me to help you blackmail Taira? Beyond the obvious reasons why I wouldn't help you do that, I also happen to think it won't work. You may be surprised to hear this, but Detective Taira actually lives a fairly straightforward life. His successes are nothing that draw any scrutiny. At least, well, not among his fellow officers. I hear he's engaged to be married soon, actually. Someone actually agreed to marry that slime? That poor girl. Yeah, it's a very nice girl. Apparently, they're quite happy together. Oh, yeah? We'll see how long that lasts. May I ask what exactly Taira did to you to make you feel so strongly? Did to me? Ah, you should be asking him that. Ever since I started, He's looked down on me, never missed a chance to remind me how he felt. I ignored him because I figured if I worked hard enough and earned my promotion, that it would shut him up once and for all. You eventually got this promotion, I take it. Oh, did he shut up like you thought? No, he got worse. It started with him spreading rumors about me sleeping around in HQ. Then there were various complaints to my supervisor. He couldn't stand that I won. It's all falling apart now, though, huh? He got my old job, and every time I see him, he has that smug grin on his stupid face like he's mocking me. So you hate the fact that, at least in his mind, he was right. Something like that. Tyra's not the first person to think a woman didn't deserve the promotion I got, but it stung a little extra when he ended up at my desk. Oh yes, I thought as much. You're not saying you think that brown-nosing, womanizing, lazy, good-for-nothing asshole actually deserves my spot, are you? No, I can't judge the inner workings of a police force from what I've heard. It certainly wouldn't be the first time an officer didn't earn their promotion honestly. Often I watch my students spar, and I always notice an interesting trend. You see, usually the outcomes of a match have nothing to do with their skill. Is there a moral at the end of this story? Patience, Ito. You see, two students will face each other, but before they even draw their swords, they've decided the outcome. Students rank each other and themselves based on practice, their social status, their schools, or any number of things before they even enter my dojo. A student perceiving himself as stronger will always become more relaxed, more ready to attack, while the student who resign themselves to defeat desperately defends. Not skill or merit that wins the battle, it's expectations. You see where I'm going with this? I do, but I'm not sure if I like it. You're saying that unless I can break Tyra's perception of me, I'll keep losing, right? Exactly. For a man that like Tyra, who expects certain things of women, you've defied him at every turn, but if I suck up to him and play the part, it might throw him off guard enough for me to win this fight. Sound about right? Very perceptive. Here, this should help. Sake? It's a gift. Wow, that's so flattering. I barely even know you. I suppose in order to degrade myself to scum like Tyra, I could use a drink. It's not for you. It's for Tyra. Oh, and here I was thinking of being nice. This is a very expensive brand. As a matter of fact, it's Tyra's favorite. A gift for his promotion. A promotion he stole. A promotion into my position. Think of it as a way to throw him off balance. You can't strike at his heart until he's dropped his guard after all. You know how to play the role he expects of you. I suspect you know the type of woman he likes. Much as it pains me to admit it, this might work. Thanks for the sake. Drink! No. That's not gonna go anywhere.